Well, just in case you missed it just a little bit for the morning, I think I did it numerous times for the morning. Let me do it again. Let me say good morning to the entire Trial and State Grenada Carriacou, PT Martini. Good morning to everyone. How's everybody doing? Hope all is well with you this morning. Hope you had a great weekend. Those of you who didn't have a great weekend for whatever reason, it was just one of those weekends for you. For whatever reason, probably you don't want to share right now. I certainly had a great one. Yeah, got loads of rest. Yep, even chimed in yesterday morning for you also. So suddenly I'm getting up to go this morning once again. So welcome to Good Morning Grenada. Let me say good morning to those of you who are viewing via GBN TV. How are you doing? Those of you via social media platforms, whether it's Facebook or YouTube, good morning and welcome. Don't forget, if you're via Facebook, don't forget to share the live, all right? Multiple times, share it to friends, encourage family to share the live, and as much times as possible. Let me go over to my bro via Hot 98. Let me see what's up with him this morning. Last time I saw him was it sometime last week, if you can say that,
like
right?
Forever.
Yeah, man. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, man. Doing great.
Yeah.
Doing great, in fact. Good morning, Grenada. Good morning, our viewers on GBN TV. Hey, Mary, already on the Facebook Live and saying hi and good morning. Good morning to you too, Mary.
All right.
Great to have you guys on. Welcome, Grenada Carriacou. How was your Easter? GT, how was your Easter weekend?
It was pretty good, I would say. Got some rest, had some rest. Sometimes you just need that rest. I got some rest, even though there was some working in between, but the rest dominated, per se. The rest time certainly did dominate a whole lot, and I'm grateful for that, because not always you get that.
Definitely can concur with you on that. I had a whole lot of rest over the weekend. I trust I'm not over-rested, and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, so it's full force ahead for the rest of the week after being such an extended one. Yeah, you attending any of the events over the weekend, man? So much events over the weekend.
That's a negative, sir. That's a negative.
I actually attended one. I would say I went to the kids stuff there on Saturday.
Actually, only this morning I managed to see some footages of that event, and I was more than surprised to see the sheer number of kids that were there at the Monrouge playing field.
I was really
kids,
attended.
Carnival.
Couldn't believe there's all this trend in Grenada, man.
Soca monarch-like kind of atmosphere. I tell you.
Man, but it was all right. The youngsters enjoyed themselves. I'm happy for that. And all in all, it was good. It was good.
Yeah,
it was good. Well attended.
Indeed.
Well attended. Seemed like folks were just waiting for activities like that this weekend, but
it seems like that.
I was a little concerned. After also viewing a lot of the events over social media. It was that I didn't attend it. Gary, we COVID has not left this island as yet. Or any part of the world, per se. He's not taking a back seat,
that.
And sometimes I've gotten a little bit worried in terms of how we see folks are congregating. We got to be careful, man. We have to be careful still.
Can't let our guards down,
No, man, no.
I noticed too that Barbados, well, from what I've read, is experiencing a surge in COVID-19 cases, and they've just detected a new variant.
Wow.
In Barbados. So we have to be on our P's and Q's, but try telling people that around this time of the year.
Oh, man.
Getting closer to Carnival.
I know.
This is falling on deaf ears for the most part, but hey, we're going to continue to do our part to sensitize and get the public aware of the reality. And the reality is we're not out of the woods as yet.
Not by a long shot. We're not out of the woods, man. So, folks, we encourage you. Continue to wear your mask. You understand? That's one of the ways you can protect yourself. Continue to wear your mask. And if you go to these events and you can maintain your distance from individuals, sit in the background, look at what things going on. That could certainly help a whole lot. You understand? That would help. Gary, we have the dashboard up. It's not a recent one.
It's not
the latest, but it's still a little bit of cause for concern. We've seen, of course, if Master Control could pop it up, of course, it's dated April the 13th. But new cases from that date shows we had 40. New cases on island. There were, of course, some folks who were hospitalized, at least 4 individuals hospitalized with just moderate, illness. So we still cause for concern. No one should be in hospital for COVID. But there's still individuals who are. On that date, there were tests done. Just about 328 individuals were tested with a positivity rate of 12.2%. All right, no deaths recently. We had some recoveries, and we're just hoping that folks, don't take COVID lightly. We continue to encourage you, don't take COVID lightly, even though the numbers may not be, as huge, but please don't take COVID lightly.
And I think for the most part, a lot of people are getting complacent because the numbers seem to be small as compared to what it used to be. But we have to be ever so vigilant, all right?
All right. So we're moving on. It's Good Morning Grenada. We're here live via GBN TV. Those of you who are viewing via GBN TV, good morning. Also on K105 and Hot 98. Gary, what's the word of the day for today?
Ladies and gentlemen, the word of the day is illicit. It's a verb, and it's spelled E-L-I-C-I-T, illicit. And what illicit means is to get a response, information, etc. from someone. Here is a sentence. The final amount raised by the charity walk elicited cheers from the crowd. The teacher's question elicited no response. The teacher's question elicited no response. Your word of the day, illicit.
So that was your word of the day for today. So certainly hope you could put it within your way of doing things today, or even speaking, or just add it in for some way or the other. All right, let's get in with our thought of the day for today. And as usual, we always give you those interesting thoughts of the day. Here's one for today. He who gossips with you will gossip about you. That's one of those African proverbs there. And that's another interesting thought for today. Think about it, folks. May I repeat it once again? He who gossips with you will gossip about you. Let me get into this a little bit for you about this particular thought. It means, if someone speaks to you about others, what makes you think he or she will not speak about you? Don't be deceived. A gossip has no favorite or limitation. When people speak so glibly about idly or illly, I should say, about others behind their back, I flag them in my mind as dangerous people. And indeed, they are very dangerous. If telling you everything about people and them, should I say, about them, the irony is that a gossiper doesn't tell you things about others. They speak of themselves. All right? They indirectly tells you who they are, and they also indirectly tells you who they think you are. And they think they can share gossip with you, and you means they think you don't have good. All right? So let's just put it into focus there just a wee bit. He who gossips with you will gossip about you. What's your take on that also, Gary?
Well, I think you've expanded quite clearly on that, It's like, always find yourselves in a situation where you are tempted to get into nice, juicy talk and gossip about others. It's hard sometimes to avoid the temptation. So we fall prey to that all the time. But if you understand what gossiping really does, then you might want to steer clear of any form of gossiping going forward. It does not bring out any good.
Yeah, that little juicy conversation per se is not always good. So sometimes if you could diffuse it for any way of the sort, hey, just diffuse. Hey, let me don't get into that and just end it right there.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, we're moving on. It's Good Morning Grenada. We're looking at 20 minutes moving out before the top of the hour this morning. And we're moving on, folks. We got lots to try to do this morning. Let's get into a health tip. And Gary, what's the health tip and what it speaks of this morning? You'd like to take care of that, so let's dive directly into this morning. And don't forget, our health tip comes to compliments the kind folks of Mitchell's Health and Wellness Pharmacy, where your family's health is our business. What's the health tip for today?
Well, we're busting a myth right about now. Let's bust a myth. They generally report that individuals who crack their joints are at nearly the same risk of arthritis as those who have never cracked their joints. So no cracking your knuckles will not increase your risk of arthritis. We've heard that before. And I am one of those people who typically unconsciously would find myself cracking my knuckles, you know, and we've grown up hearing that can lead to, you know, premature arthritis.
Yeah. So technically they're saying that would not cause you from not getting arthritis?
No. Someone who cracks their knuckles is at the same risk of getting arthritis as someone who doesn't. All right?
Well,
so that's a myth buster there for you, family.
So if you thought by when, you know, I'm guilty of that also too, Gary. I always seem to, sometimes you hear me sitting here, I turn the microphone on and I'm squeezing my fingers and they're cracking.
Yeah, it's a habit that I have.
It's a habit that I have also. So they say, no, if you do that thing, it would diffuse the whole situation of you not getting arthritis. Take that out. If you gotta come, it will come.
Yeah, according to the experts, there is no truth to that.
Yeah, there's no truth to that. All right. Some folks said, I also read about that. They said there's a way of releasing those what's the joints, but there's a particular I'm lost for words for it right now, but they're saying by doing that it releases that in the joints or in the body per se.
Maybe the cartilages, I don't know.
Yeah, is it the nitrogen in your body or something of the sort? I was told once. Yeah, well, let me don't get into that right now. I can't remember the whole details about it, so let's not go too deep into it right now. But that's interesting there. So, folks, that was your health tip for this morning. If you thought by cracking your knuckles gonna, you know, alleviate you getting, you know, arthritis, that's a no-no. That's a no-no. Hey, let's get into a Did You Know segment this morning. Did you know? Gary, let me get into that. Did you know that there are only 4 words in the English language which ends in dos, or dos, if you can say it like that? And they are as follows: hazardous, horrendous, stupendous, and tremendous. Did you know that, Gary?
No, I never sat down to think about it, but yeah, it's interesting to know that there are only 4 words that end in D-O-U-S. You know? Oh, interesting fact.
Interesting. You always thought there were more words than that. Because, you know, sometimes we make up our own words and that
I was just about to say that. I can make up one right about now.
And you have to just add that D-O-U-S in the back of it and, well... That's interesting. Hey, let's get set for a riddle this morning. We're getting close to news time here on Good Morning Grenada. And the riddle for this morning, don't forget the riddle comes to you compliments of kind folks of Sleepy Diapers, all natural, all organic, for your baby's complete comfort. Always for better. Sleepy Diapers. Don't forget it's available at shops and supermarkets island-wide. What's the riddle for today, Gary?
What is black when it's clean? And white when it's dirty? All right, think about that. Your riddle of the day: what is black when it's clean and white when it's dirty? I know the kids are, you know, lying in bed now for the most part, so they are not really having a grab as they are typically doing in the morning time when it's school time, for example. So we'll let the adults grab a bite of it, okay? How about that?
I guess all the kids were out flying kites all weekend, you understand? So, anyway.
How was that bad?
Yeah. Anyway, we're moving up exactly 15 minutes moving up before the top of the hour this morning. Time to come to compliments of Grace Food. Getting set for the AM edition of news here on the K105, Hot 98, and GBN TV. And news is next.
The Nawasa app brings the power of Nawasa's customer service experience to you. Instant, conversational, and smart. Easy access anywhere. Get bill balance, transaction history for up to 6 months, report a fault, link to websites, view payment centers, contact information, push notifications, and multi-tenant accounts, all in a secure login platform. Like a self-service concierge app, mobile.nawasa.gd gets you the support you need much faster. Available on both Android and iOS platforms. Mobile.nawasa.gd, your customer support companion. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Join GBN on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. for Interesting Grenadians, a program that showcases the lives of interesting and outstanding Grenadians at home and abroad. It's Interesting Grenadians every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on GBN. Don't you miss it.
What was the thinking of the People's Revolutionary Government when the National Insurance Scheme was set up? The answer was probed on GBN's Beyond the Headlines program on Monday. Gerard Joseph has that story.
Member of the People's Revolutionary Government, Ewart Lane, providing clarification on the rationale for the creation of the National Insurance Scheme, explains that prior to 1983, only public servants were entitled to pension under the laws of Grenada.
And as far as I'm aware, outside of the NIS, that remains the case. Public officers outside of the NIS are the only employees in Grenada who are entitled to a pension as a matter of law.
Lane says this pension for public officers is protected under the Constitution by what he terms a deeply entrenched clause.
What the PRG sought to do by introducing the NIS was to broaden the pension base to ensure, as Ms. Hazard was saying, that every working person had a pension upon their retirement. That's what the PRG wanted to achieve.
He notes that the introduction of pension for all citizens was not unique to the PRG, but part of a post-World War II movement led by the International Labour Organization.
It was done across the Caribbean. Introduction, first of all, of the Provident Funds in several of the islands, followed by the NIS. And under the Gary regime, you had the Provident Fund. It was very limited. And all that the persons who were entitled under that fund received was a lump sum, or they were entitled a lump sum upon retirement. However, the NIS came in now to seek to give pension to all workers. So every employer in the country by law had to make a contribution to the pension of workers.
Lane adds that this is also where the Pension Disqualification Act of 1983 came in.
May I say that the Pension Disqualification Act was passed to prevent exactly what has happened, exactly the crisis that has arisen based on the recent decision from the courts. The Pension Disqualification Act was intended as a temporary measure so as to provide a cutoff.
He further elaborated on the Pension Disqualification Act.
And unless you had a cutoff point, what would have happened is that exactly what has happened now, namely, you would have had to make the contributions to the NIS and at the same time pay the same pensions under the 1958 Act and the equivalent for the prison officers, the police officers, and so on.
Lane says the PRG's intent was for the NIS Act to contain two provisions that would have mandated the minister to provide for public servants. However, such improvements were not made. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
The northern part of the big parish came alive on Sunday with the endorsement of two caretakers of the new National Party in the lead-up to the general elections, constitutionally due next year. Political leader of the NNP party, Dr. Keith Mitchell, was present and for the first time publicly addressed the pension restoration judgment. Gerard Joseph has the details.
And I want to tell you this, therefore. Don't listen to any propaganda. The solutions we have, you will be informed.
Supporters of the new National Party were urged not to listen to the propaganda being circulated in regard to the current administration's decision to appeal the pension restoration judgment, which came on March 31st.
The NNP is a party with experience. NNP is a party with solution solvers. The NNP is a party that care about the workers and the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique.
political leader of the NMP, Dr. Keith Mitchell, told party supporters on Sunday that they are taking the decision surrounding the pension payment seriously and will do what is best for the workers and people of Grenada.
We have decided, and I will be addressing the nation in about a week's time, either late this week or early next week. And we'll appoint a committee of capable Grenadians to examine the issue in all aspects and to make recommendation to the government.
Outlining what he called the way forward, the Prime Minister said they will ensure that the people and workers are made happy.
In other words, sisters and brothers, this week we'll meet with our brothers and sisters in the trade union movement. We will sit with them as our brothers and sisters, not as adversaries, not as enemies. We'll sit down with them as our brothers and sisters. And we are confident that we'll find a solution that will satisfy the workers and the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique.
The Prime Minister hosted a virtual meeting of the Social Partners Committee last week to discuss the recent High Court ruling on the pension issue and its implications for the country. Dr. Mitchell stated that while the fiscal implications of the ruling are a critical consideration, there are also legal and other implications that are equally important. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
The issue of poverty, pension, and employment took center stage on the political platform of the National Democratic Congress Sunday night, as we hear in the Sherian Blackman-Stephen report.
If you could borrow $150 million to build a stadium, you could borrow $150 million to start paying the pension because the money coming right back into Grenada.
That was political leader of the National Democratic Congress, Deacon Mitchell, as he addressed the recent High Court judgment on pension for public officers. Addressing party supporters at the launch of the St. Andrew Big Four on Sunday, he said the NDC will not support any move towards appealing the judgment.
Here's the excuse that will be made. The excuse that will be made is, it's a lot of money. Well, Grenadians deserve a lot of money. Grenadians deserve the money from the oil and gas that we still have not seen. Our pensioners deserve the $161 million that you bought back Grenadian shares for, and we still don't know where the money came from.
Mitchell promises that an NDC government will move Grenadians out of poverty, as he referenced a World Bank report which states that 35% of the population is poor.
That was before the pandemic hit. Now that the pandemic has hit, I don't need the World Bank to tell me that the figure has gone even higher.
Mitchell also addressed the issue of contract workers.
When you are placed on 3 months contract, 6 months contract, 12 months contract, it is unlawful. It is illegal. And if it is going to take another High Court judgment to say that the government of Grenada cannot treat its own citizens that way by breaking the law, then so be it.
Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell has repeatedly reminded the Grenadian people that he holds the general election bell that he can ring at any time. The NDC leader gave his response to this statement.
So whether you ring the bell in your back pocket, in your front pocket, in your side pocket, or from under your house, when the time comes, the people of Grenada are going to demonstrate that the movement for change is here, it's real, and we will ensure that we move Grenada forward.
Mitchell's statements were made during the NDC launch of its 4 caretakers for St. Andrew on Sunday. They are Lennox Andrew, caretaker for St. Andrews South West, David Andrews for St. Andrews South East, Tessa Sensei, caretaker for St. Andrew North East, and Gloria Thomas, caretaker for St. Andrew Northwest. Sherian Blackman-Stephen, GBN News.
The first major political rallies outdoors since the election fever kicked into high gear were held over the weekend to launch the caretakers for some of the constituencies in St. Andrew. Hints of a possible election call were given as political leader Dr. Keith Mitchell gave his full support to the caretakers. Gerard Joseph has more.
Buses from various communities journeyed from different points of the island as a motorcade led by Kate Louis Peters, caretaker for St. Andrew Northeast, and Delma Thomas, caretaker for St. Andrew Northwest, preceded the first major event for the new National Party since the removal of the state of emergency. Prime Minister and political leader of the NMP, Dr. Keith Mitchell, together with other named caretakers, gave a strong showing of support to their colleagues who were recently re-elected unopposed as caretakers of their constituencies.
Throughout the lives of service, whether as a teacher, a community activist, a churchgoer, or politician, these two ladies have never abandoned their class.
Dr. Mitchell, while addressing party supporters and championing the launch of 2 of 4 representatives from the big parish, also brushed off notions that elections will be called as early as next month.
No one knows when I'm calling the election. Only God. Because I tell them, even I don't believe I talk in my sleep.
He dismissed reports that it is the NMP administration's intent to call elections before they appeal the recently handed down pension judgment.
But I will call it. I'll call it. I go ring that bell. I hear a bell tonight. I heard a bell tonight. I go call it. Some of them traveling all kind of time. They better be careful because I might call it when they're in the air. I might call it then.
I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
This is the week in review. Still to come, 4 Grenadians to receive kidney transplants in Guyana. Stay with us.
Get Rubigas. Get cooking. Rubigas, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Rubigas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. Rubigas LPG, clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Rubigas?
Get Rubis, get going.
Air Canada has suspended flights to Grenada and 3 other Caribbean islands until October 2022. When questioned about the implications this has on the return of SpiceMass, the Civil Aviation Minister said they have engaged other airlines.
Minister of Tourism and Civil Aviation Clarice Modus-Kerwin says Grenada has engaged other international airlines in an effort to fill the void left by Air Canada, which has extended its temporary suspension of flights to 4 Caribbean islands, including the Spice Isle. Earlier this year, Air Canada said it was temporarily suspending flights to Mexican and Caribbean destinations for 90 days as of January 31st. That period was expected to end on April 30th, but now the airline has extended the date for resuming service to the region to October 29th, 2022. SpiceMass is back after a 2-year break on August 8th and 9th. People in the diaspora, including Canada, usually fly in to partake in the activities. During Tuesday's post-cabinet briefing, Minister Modus-Kerwin was asked about the impact the extended flight suspension would have on arrivals for SpiceMass.
It's having a serious impact on us. We have anticipated that we would have problems, of course, with Air Canada not being able to come, and we have engaged. We have not sat down. We have engaged other airlines, as we usually do around the carnival time, because even with Air Canada coming in, there is not enough, but we are expanding our reach to see what can happen, especially for the carnival period. And so dialogue is already in progress for that. And usually we have good results in terms of the responses from other airlines that work with us on a usual basis. But we're looking even further afield to see how we can minimize the fallout.
She says the buzz created from the preview of Spice Mass during the West Indies-England final test should not be wasted.
I think we have to do justice to what would have happened during cricket and the stimulation that would have been caused by the demonstration of some of the Spice Mass people and so on.
Antigua, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines are the other 3 islands that will be affected by the suspension extension.
The issue of transporting cargo to Grenada, as well as the exportation of fresh produce and fish to international markets, is being looked at by local authorities. Gerard Joseph has the details.
The government of Grenada has encountered challenges in regard to airlift that can assist with the export of fresh produce and fish to the United States, which is the major buyer.
Amerijet continues to come on a weekly basis, but we have had some difficulties in terms of some no-shows at times.
According to Civil Aviation Minister Clarice Modest-Cohen, they have had to rely on Spice Isle Fish House, one of the major private exporters, to ensure that a cargo plane collects fresh fish weekly, primarily while including some of the local fresh produce. Despite major exporters having come up with this alternative, the Civil Aviation Minister says these substitutes are still not enough for the amount to be exported.
But there is not enough airlift for cargo. We are well aware of that. Fish takes the lion's share. The allocated amount is about 50,000 pounds, and fish takes the high 40s of that. So we still have to look for more airlift.
She says government has been approached by potential private exporters who are seeking to take advantage of the southbound airline routes, which are currently a loss for Grenada.
And government saw it fit to facilitate with certain requests for the southbound leg of it, where now they're doing transshipment they're bringing goods into Grenada, and some of it is transshipped to other islands like Barbados and other islands, and that helps ease the cost of having to take care of both north and southbound. And
Minister Modest notes that collaboration among stakeholder ministries is a critical aspect, and government has already committed to one private exporter's proposal. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
The nephrology department at the General Hospital is presently in search of local kidney donors, as 4 Grenadians are in line for transplants to be conducted in Guyana soon. Christelina John has this story.
It's great news for 4 Grenadian kidney patients who are to receive kidney transplants at the Georgetown Nephrology and Kidney Transplant Department in Guyana. Nephrologist and survivor of end-stage renal disease, Dr. Jermaine Bristol Stanislaus, says the assistance from Guyana is as a result of the high cost associated with dialysis treatment and organ transplants locally. The nephrology department at the Grenada General Hospital is in the process of securing donors for the initiative.
Going to Guyana and getting that kidney transplant, it was an experience indeed. And kidney transplant is basically the best treatment option for end-stage kidney disease because it gives you a little more freedom. I mean, the only downside is the risk of rejection, meaning that I have to be taking medication that suppresses my immune system. The team that did my transplant in Guyana, they have agreed to do 4 transplants for us this year.
Right.
So we're in the process of working with the patients now to secure donors so that they can be able to go and get transplants.
Dr. Bristol Stanislas, who has had a kidney transplant done on both herself and her son last year in Guyana, says they are willing to assist, especially young people, in getting back to a normal life. The nephrologist urges people to care for their kidneys and give recommendations on how best to do so.
Our primary prevention needs to be ramped up. We need to educate people more on preventing damage to their kidneys in the first case. So if we encourage persons who are still well to make healthy food choices, exercise, drink adequate amounts of water, get enough rest, make sure that they're following up on their blood pressure, their blood sugar, all of these things, so that they know if they start developing any of these things, that they can be on top of it from the get-go.
Christelina John, GBN News.
Still to come in the news, Grenada Trades Union Council plans May Day 2022 with much to celebrate. Stay with us.
Get Rubigas. Get cooking. Rubigas, clean, safe, and reliable LPG is the perfect solution for your commercial and everyday needs. For cooking at home or barbecuing, choose Rubigas LPG cylinders. Available in a variety of sizes from 20 to 100 pound cylinders. Rubigas LPG, clean, safe, reliable. Are you cooking with Rubigas?
Get Rubis, get going.
The COVID-19 pandemic has reportedly uncovered some shortcomings when it comes to efforts and improved strategies to tackle sexually related crimes. Now, an improved measure is being put in place to make reporting these
Never let them get you down. Never let them see you frown. Track coming on there from Ifana this morning. Powerful song indeed. Hey, good morning to one and all once again, and welcome back to Good Morning Grenada. We're live via GBN TV. Hot 98. We should be making a link back shortly with Gary back at Hot 98. Let me say good morning to our social media platforms this morning, especially those of you via Facebook. Good morning. You've been there all morning, and so continue to share the live. Hey, Gary, welcome back. All right. Yeah, so we up and running, man. So
you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you loud and clear, man.
Wonderful. So we are back, and good morning once again inside our number 2, the final hour here with you this morning.
Yes.
Oh, well, at least on GBN TV and Facebook Live.
Exactly. We'll be around for a wee bit still, even though the show via TV and radio wraps up just a wee bit, but we certainly will be around with you. So we're back live, Gary, and let's take a quick look at some stuff that we have running around for you before we move ahead. And we have for you answers for the riddle this morning. Those are folks who participated. Let me say good morning. And somehow someone is telling me that today's Tuesday. Yes, today's actually Tuesday. And not Monday. Did I say Monday? I don't know. If
I think you can be forgiven for such a blunder.
Yeah. But I actually worked yesterday. I should have known that today is Tuesday, But anyway. Can't be bad. My bad if I did that. My bad. Let's take a peek at the answers for those of you who actually sent in answers for the riddle this morning. We have a couple of voice notes, not much. We have a lot of written answers came in also. Let's take a peek at this one and see what this individual said in terms of the answer for the riddle this morning, if they are correct.
Morning, Mariel Philip Sylvester. It's a chalkboard.
All right, so that's one individual chiming in. We get another. We let you know if you're correct. Let me get another. Let's get another individual in. There were one a while ago. I've only seen one voice note for now. I'm not sure why. Anyway, but most of the written ones, Gary, everyone is actually saying a chalkboard, and in my opinion, they are correct.
I thought this morning's riddle was going to be a walk in the park, really, and it's proven to be just
turned out to be
so,
like it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, because 90% of the answers, I would say it's actually a chalkboard. Some folks saying blackboard, chalkboard, any one of the two, and any one of the two you give, you are correct. So you're all the folks who chimed in and said that. Good morning to you. And
a dozen of one, 6 of the other.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, we do have someone actually sent a picture of a youngster. I'm assuming he got up early, but didn't get to share that with the Master Control. So my bad of that this morning. But let me see what the youngster said. Let me hear what the youngster did answer.
My name is Jared, and it's a blackboard.
All right, Daryl.
Yes, Daryl. Congratulations. What a way to go.
Yeah. Sorry, Daryl. Didn't get to peek at your answer early enough to actually send your picture to Master Control, but
yeah, you can blame GT for that.
Yeah. I'll take it.
GT's fault. 110%.
I'm taking it this morning. So congratulations and thanks to all who participated. Everyone who said blackboard, chalkboard, you are correct. Gary, the date, June the 4th, 2022.
And I'm still looking forward to that. In fact, one of the reasons why I did not do much this weekend, because I'm saving all my energy, last weekend, I'm saving all my energy for King of the Grill.
Gary, but that's a couple of we still have to wait for the
No.
We still have to wait for the end of April.
Banking up my energy, man.
We have to wait for April to end. We have to go through the entire month of May. And then we get to June.
Man. I'm waiting.
Man, well, that what you call energy in reserve there, man. You have energy in reserve. You understand? Yeah.
I think I looked on the GBM page, and as I pull this up here quickly, allow me to do that. And if I'm not mistaken, there's a karaoke component.
Part of it.
To King of the Grill.
Right.
I want to make sure my info is on point here. But yeah.
It says karaoke with you. Component of it. You will.
Yeah. So definitely you can carry a key to the barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
King of the Grill.
So, yeah. So I'm pulling up, trying to get that information here, but
so man,
information is eclipsing me here this morning.
Think about individual actually eating and singing. Imagine, Gary, that's gonna be interesting.
So there is going to be a karaoke competition. All right. So registration closes on April the 30th.
All right.
So make sure you partake in that. Winner gets $500 in cash.
And that's for the karaoke competition.
That's for the karaoke competition.
Okay, great.
So, yeah. So it's the Maggie, King of the Grill. That's going down on June the 4th. And that's going to be at the Mount Rouge playing field.
All right. So, folks, get geared up. You lots to eat. Participate in the, of course, in the karaoke competition. So, it's going to be all good. June the 4th is the Maggie King of the Grill. As we move on this morning, folks, all part of Good Morning Grenada. Gary, there's no cruise ship scheduled on my list this morning. So I'm thinking I'm seeing for tomorrow. Yeah, there we should have one tomorrow, being Wednesday the 20th. None for today. All right, so no visitors by the island via cruise ship today. But once again, if there are viewers and listeners out there who may notice one, probably in on schedule or off my list, you could always hit me up and let me know. All right?
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Well, we're going to talk about character that was held over the extended weekend. We're going to get into that in a short while, but in the meantime, we've got some music lined up. Let's check out some Jefferson Ramirez, Something in the Water, this one is called. And when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the races and some of the records and some of the achievements indeed of Character 2022, which was held in Jamaica. What an event that was.
All right. So when we come back, let's go over to Master Control and get some music in, just so we bet. It's Good Morning Grenada, K105. Gotta Be Something in the Water. That's Jefferson Ramirez there for you. Lovely song. Shout out to all Grenadian artists there, and continue to make this beautiful island of ours, proud with great music that we can share around the world. Gary, we're back. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada. We're back live for GBN TV. We're also live of our social media, of course, our platforms. Good morning to those of you around the world who are just proud to be Grenadian, as always. And there's some proud moments to talk about Grenadian, Gary, in terms of the Carifta Games, which was wrapped up. Was it yesterday? To be honest, I just heard during the group run, so I'm going to leave it up to you this morning to share, all the good vibes about the games, because I didn't get a chance to view much of it, so I'll leave that up to you this morning to share most of the results, and let's hear about it.
Let's first of all say congratulations to, of course, Nathan Hood. Nathan Hood broke the long-standing record in the 800 meters here in Grenada. So big up to Nathan. And since 1982,
Conrad Francis, he's the one actually. I was listening to that via the news this morning. And, he broke that record.
Was quite an achievement there. So Nathan, big up yourself. All right, there are other Grenadians who medaled in Carifta. So, of course, the first goal for Grenada was brought to us via that's Javon or Rayvon Tillisford in the javelin. All right, he took gold in that event. That's the under 17 boys javelin with a throw of 62.80 meters. Congratulations to Rayvon Tillisford.
All right,
man, you did great. And then we are also copped bronze in the javelin. Okay, so in the girls division, that was Grenada's second medal. So that was in the person of Sharina Alexander. So congratulations. And there are more winners that I would like to highlight. Of course, cannot place pictures for each and every one of the winners or those who would have medaled in one way or the other, but definitely want to send big kudos and congratulations to all of the athletes. There are the swimmers, there are the track and field athletes who've done Grenada proud. There is Nazio John. He copped, of course, bronze in the under 20 boys 200 meters in a time of 21.7 seconds. So congratulations to Nazio in the boys under 20 200 meters. All right. Who else are we saying congratulations to? Ashirian Eno. All right. She copped bronze in the under 20 girls high jump. All right. So congratulations indeed. And we all are very proud of you. But it was a weekend for the Jamaicans, GT.
So
it was a weekend for the Jamaicans. They ran away with the, of course, with the medals, with the goals. In fact, Jamaica finished the 2022 Carifta Games with 92.
Wow.
Of the keepsakes at the end of Monday's final day. All right. So altogether, they got 45 golds, 29 silvers, and 18 bronze medals.
All right. That's good.
So that's just...
Congratulations to Jamaica.
That's just dominance.
Yeah. Well,
dominance. They've been dominating and they've been winning Carifta for what? Over 30 years now.
Yeah.
No island could touch them. Well, it seems like Jamaica just needs to have their own Carifta among themselves.
Well, and then being home again, having the advantage of course, friends and family cheering them on, have crazy enthusiasm.
That is of little significance because either way, it could happen. Well, also, big shout outs and a special mention to Adija Hodge of the British Virgin Islands. She was revealed to the world over the 3 days for the under 17. She captured the Austin Seeley Award for top performer of the championships. All right. She did amazing.
All right. And it's interesting. It's interesting, and and it's been. I was listening also. We see Bermuda. They're going to be getting the Bahamas per se. They will be getting the games next time around. Will be next year. They will be getting the games next year. So
yeah, Jamaica stepped up to the pedal and decided to host the games last minute kind of thing. So big up to Jamaica for that.
All right.
But what a weekend it was.
Wow.
Oh, by the way, let's take a look. One of the highlights for me personally from the weekend is the twin sisters. I'm not sure if you said you didn't look at it. I didn't look at it. I didn't look at it. I've just been hearing snippets, but didn't look at the games at all. There is a pair of sisters, twins, the Claytons. It would be interesting. They would be the kind of like the Serena Williams of track and field.
All right.
Okay, and they've been dominating. Of course, one of the sisters is ahead of the other, but they have been doing 1 and 2. For the most part. This was probably one of the most exciting races. It's the 4x100. So let's take a look at it. And the Clayton, the sisters there, they are featured in that relay. One ran the second leg, I think, and the other one ran the last leg. But it's the 4x100. GT, can we go check that out?
Yeah, sure, we could go. Let's go over Master Control and take a peek at that race and see what it's like. It was sad that I had to miss it, but let's take a look at that race.
Up they go. Serena Cole places out on the blocks for the Jamaicans. Already closes down on Bermuda. The Jamaicans are flying with Tina Clayton, the 100 champion. The world under 20 champion. Destroys the field on the backstretch. She will hand over to Brianna Liston. Liston running a super curve for the Jamaicans. The rest of the field out of shot. Can they execute the final change? Tia Clayton has the baton, and she is surging down the home stretch. The world record is on the thread. Tia Clayton is flying, and Jamaica will break the world record. 42:59. Tina Clayton with the anchor leg performance. We expected it, but they have delivered in the most spectacular fashion.
Wow, lovely race there, man, and wow.
So, for me, my eyes going forward in track and field, I'm looking out for the sisters.
All right.
Because it would be just a sight to behold to see two sisters competing. All right? Two sisters. And to see their mother jumping up in jubilation, enjoying excitement. Man, I tell you. So look out world, look out world. Of course, a victory for Jamaica on the international stage is a victory for the entire Caribbean. So
I would agree with that. I would certainly agree with that, man. I would agree with that. It's 25 minutes after the hour this morning here on Good Morning Grenada. Gary drew for a break. Let's take that break. When we come back, we pop into the Celebrations Club and we come back with more information for the viewers and listeners out there. We coming right back.
Let's start the new year on a high, a detox high, because it's detox time again at Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Check out our many detox packages starting from $100 or get 15% off on colonic irrigation therapy. Detoxing can help with liver and blood cleansing, weight loss, constipation, acid reflux, kidney stones, heavy metal removal, gas and bloating, and more. Call or WhatsApp us on 231-6642, 418-7115, or 449-7753. Ask about our delivery options. Visit us now. Bruce Street Mall, store number 1208, or Belmont St. George's, close to the Fall Edge area. Our opening hours are Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Nirvana Detox Center and Natural Health Store. Detox your way to health. These specials ends on March 31st or while stocks last.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
Hey, welcome back to one and all. And we're getting set and popping to the Celebrations Club this morning. Those of you celebrating, let me take your time. I want to say good morning and happy birthday to you. Who's stopping off my list this morning? Well, someone just sent me this information saying they want to say good morning and happy birthday to their grandnephews. That's Ricardo. He's in River Road. There's also Kadon Batiste. He's in of the Stone that's Stone Street, Wester Hall. Hope I'm right about that. Greetings going out to them this morning from their uncle Boy. Wishing them both a happy birthday. Let me say good morning and happy birthday also going out to Omar Phillip of Hermitage St. Patrick. Omar, good morning. 15 years old today. Donisha Sebastian of Pearls. Good morning and happy birthday from my mom, Madonna, and other members of the family. Aiden Hazard of Lamont St. Patrick, good morning to you also. Happy birthday. What about Donisha Joseph of Sabi celebrating? Good morning. Happy birthday. Francis Felix of Pedmerta, good morning. How you doing? Happy birthday. Alicia Peer of Providence, how are you doing this morning? Mommy Erlin and your dad Eric, brothers, sisters, they all shouting you out this morning, wishing you a happy birthday. Davian John of a Telescope, good morning. How you doing? Happy birthday from your mom Bernadette, your dad Anthony, and all the other members of the family. Sarah Wall Mitchell of Canal Road, Grenville, good morning. Happy birthday to you from all the members of your family also. What about Kanisha Nayak of Lafayette, good morning. Happy birthday. Actually, she now resides in the USA. Good morning and happy birthday to you. Josephine Batiste of Latanton St. David, good morning. Happy birthday. Rena Watton of Mardi Gras, good morning and happy birthday to you from your mama Pauline. All the other members of the family also. Not forgetting your grandmom Agnes. Mr. Michael Peer of Paraclete, good morning to you, sir. How you doing? Happy birthday from your wife Patricia and all the other members of the family. Let's say good morning to that's Clefrin Sandy of Boucher Jus. Good morning and happy birthday. What about Monica Charles celebrating today also? Good morning, happy birthday. Clarence Julian of Pearls, good morning. Delisa John of Pedmerta St. David's, good morning, happy birthday. What about Dwayne Blake of Boucher Jus? Brian Dakota of Maribos also celebrating today. Happy birthday. Bernadette Teresa Thornhill of Coffeeboy Hill. How you doing? Happy birthday from members of the family. Nellis Gabriel of Tempe and St. George, good morning. Happy birthday to you. Let's say good morning to Livingston Smith of Mount Hartman. Greetings going out to him this morning from the staff of the Calabash Hotel. Good morning, especially those in the especially the laundry staff per se. Let's say good morning to Jamie Warwood of Grand Dance House and Scheme. Good morning and happy birthday. Also Jesslyn Philip August of St. David's. It's at St. David Street, Victoria. All right, good morning. Happy birthday to you. What about Katisha John of Apway Toot? Good morning to her from her mom, that's Olive, and all the other members of the family. Also Kirana Gordon of Bellevue and St. David celebrating today. Good morning. Andy, let me get into Andre Hippolyte of Bellevue in St. David's also celebrating today. Good morning. Let's say good morning to teacher Louise Barry of Chantamel St. Patrick. Greetings going out to her this morning from her children, and also Miss Patricia Sutton shutting out also. Charlotte Coutain Charlene of Central Grove Estate is celebrating today. Good morning to Charlotte. Goodness going on to her this morning from her mom. That's Luann. Andrea, that's Andra Charles. Good morning to Andra. How are you doing this morning? Happy birthday. Esther Lewis of Industry in St. Mark celebrating today. Good morning from family members and friends. Let's say good morning to Toya Williams of Sabiz. Happy birthday to greetings going out to you from your mom. That's for me. That's Fabiola shutting you out this morning. Your dad Renee is also taking the time to wish you a great day. Farmers Antoine, good morning to you, sir. You're celebrating today. Happy birthday, greetings going out to you this morning. Kaylee Joseph of New Hampshire and St. George. Good morning to her from her mom. That's Janelle, her grandmom also. Rosa Mohammed, who's in the UK. Good morning and happy birthday, greetings going out to her this morning from her husband and her son. Shouting out this morning. Let's say good morning to Rondell Farmers of Blair's in St. Andrew. Good morning from his grandmom. That's Miss Lynn. Also, let's say good morning to Amaya Dragon of Windsor Forest in St. David, celebrating her birthday today. Amaya is only 2 years old. Good morning to you, little lady. All the best going out to you from your mom. That's Jessamy. Let's say good morning also and happy birthday going out to Laser. That's the Calabsonia of Montjaloux. Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing? Happy birthday from his father, that's Sokari, and his mom. And finally on the list this morning, I have an anniversary, I hope. I think I just saw some WhatsApp coming in, but let me do this one finally on the list this morning. And this is the anniversary. This couple is celebrating their 32nd wedding anniversary this morning. That's Anderson and Catherine Mark of Tempe and St. George, celebrating their anniversary today. Yes, and once again, they're celebrating their 32 years of marital bliss. Congratulations and happy anniversary. Certainly hope that you're having a great day today. Hey, let me say good morning to that's Shirley. Yeah, good morning to Shirley in New York. How are you doing this morning? And have yourself a great day. From your sister World, she's wishing you a happy birthday. All the best on your birthday today. Yeah, that's it for the birthday list this morning. All those of you who are celebrating, let me take your time to wish you an awesome day. Certainly hope you will enjoy to the max. On this date, you came into the Almighty's world. Yes. And you are so happy that you're in the land of the living and you're able to celebrate it. Your birth date, all right? Yeah. So we're back live here on Good Morning Grenada. Good morning to our social media, of course, the viewers this morning. Those of you via GBN TV, also good morning to you. And thanks for making us your choice for getting you up and literally running in the morning time. We should be linking back up with my bro Gary back inside of a Hot 98 shortly. But before we do so, let's get some music in the mix. When we come back, we give another great song coming up from Jonathan Francis. Track entitled Till Morning. As soon as Master Control get that up and running, then we make that link back with Hot 98. And we come back with so much more for you, all part of Good Morning Grenada.
When you're looking at my eyes, I get that warm feeling. I feel it in my bones. You got a beautiful heart. You look so appealing. From your head to your toes, when you smile at me, I feel so assured. Yes, girl, I would hold you in my arms and never let go. I do. I wanna love you till the morning time. Love you. You can always take up all of my time. And even though we shake up, we will never break up. We'll put our hearts in the line. Baby girl, I love waking up next to you. I put a ring on your finger. I'm gonna marry you. I do. I wanna love you till the morning time. Love you. I wanna love you, baby, so you know you're mine. So you know you're mine. When my darkest days surround me, I just know you're by my side. I
till morning. A beautiful track indeed. We're taking a short break. We're coming back with more chit chat. Just about 20 minutes left on the show this morning. Stick with us here on Good Morning Grenada here on K105. We coming.
Ultratech gasoline and diesel, available only at Rubis stations.
Welcome to Nurses Care, a new home healthcare company on Ireland, changing the way you receive healthcare. From registered nurses and aides to medical doctors and qualified physicians, we offer a wide range of healthcare services, from monitoring chronic conditions and medications to elderly care, pediatric care, and maternity nurses, to even housekeeping and case management. We offer 24/7 in-house healthcare services. So contact us today for your in-house consultation at 439-3928.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Drop by any one of our 8 locations today. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
So we're back live here on Good Morning Grenada. Yeah, just inside our final, just around 19 minutes or so left on the show this morning. Wow, time suddenly not on our side at all. Yeah, but we rolling with time nicely, I would say. A bit of a voice in the background this morning. I'll be getting set to go back, of course, with my bro Via over there at Top 98 and have a chit chat with him shortly. And we got loads more to chat with you. We say good morning to our online viewers this morning. Those of you via YouTube, or if you're viewing via our Facebook page, good morning. Don't forget, continue to share the live. Continue to share the live. Encourage friends and family to always tune into the morning show here, part of GBN, of course, a network. It's Good Morning Grenada. So we got loads more to try to do this morning. Loads more to try to do this morning, and we certainly getting geared up for that. Let me welcome back my bro Via there at Hot 98, and man, we got so much to try this morning. I wish we had the entire morning to do this. I'm just kidding, bro. We don't need the entire morning. we don't need the entire morning. Anyway, yeah, we don't need the entire morning. So we back.
Wishful thinking, maybe.
Yeah, I know.
All right. So here's the situation right now. We'd like to talk about this issue here because I think it's quite topical, and a lot of people have had this discussion in one way or the other. All right. Now, in Anguilla, Afro-Anguillan students will no longer be penalized by their school for wearing natural, this is how they term it, natural protective hairstyles like dreadlocks, braids, and cornrows, like what you see I got on right now, as the Ministry of Education has updated their school national code of discipline and dress. The question is, should Grenada follow suit? Now listen to this and listen to the wording of this declaration right here, if you would call it that, all right? Listen to an official message from the Ministry of Education where they pretty much explained the reason behind that decision. Check it out.
All right, let's take a listen to this.
Braids, afros, wave cuts,
hair is a frequently discussed, hotly debated, and deeply personal issue for men and women of all ages. That is why in 2020, the Ministry of Education encouraged students to celebrate their natural hair with World Afro Day. As a predominantly Black country, the Ministry of Education understands that the acceptance of our racial and cultural uniqueness means stepping away from ingrained colonial perspectives about the appropriateness of Black hair in schools and professional settings. We want our students to express themselves with respect and to treat others with respect. So the Ministry of Education has undergone an evaluative process to look at the hair policy in the school system. This change in policy will allow students to wear their afros, locks, braids, and other protective hairstyles associated with their racial and cultural identity. One of the most important changes to note is that locks will be generally accepted for both boys and girls. There will no longer be a process of applying to the Department of Education to state that they are being worn for religious reasons. This policy in its entirety will be made available on the Ministry of Social Development and Education Facebook page and the Government of Anguilla Facebook page.
All right. We'll be back with that. Let me ask you this, and we're going to encourage callers to chime in and be part of this. But has that ever really been a major issue? I know there are folks with the Rastafari who are part of the Rastafarian faith here in Grenada, and we see their children and so forth going to school with their dreadlock covered and so forth. But has that ever been an issue in Grenada in terms of hairstyle?
As far as I know, it is, because unless you are off and you can prove a Rastafarian family, then you have to be subjected to this, as they put it, colonial rule. She termed it in that speech. She says, ingrained colonial perspectives on hairstyle. All right?
Nope.
So, yes, as far as I know, unless you are part of a Rastafarian family, then you cannot express yourself by carrying dreadlocks, braids, cornrow, or anything like that. All right. So if that answers your question,
I just asked
unless
because
I'm wrong.
I know I have seen folks who are part of the Rastafarian faith going to school and stuff, youngsters with their dreadlocks, but most time they have it covered and so forth. So is it no? Is let me just decipher this a little bit more. So they say no. Is no major reason to cover it up or hide it or so? Is that what they're saying? Open?
Well, covered up or hidden or not, you are allowed to sport whatever way you choose to identify yourself as an African American, all right? Whether through dreadlocks, whether through braids, cornrow, as the case might be, and you do not necessarily have to be aligned with the Rastafarian religion or belief. Okay, and that was a similar discussion had in Jamaica not too long ago, and they have gone that route in Jamaica as well. Of all places, you would think that there would not be an argument where that is concerned in Jamaica, but that has been a heavily discussed topic, or should I say discussed topic in Jamaica.
All right. It's interesting to note because, I remember being a youngster back then. I was actually sent home for a hairstyle once in school. When I used to grow hair, I actually took a hairstyle and I was actually sent home and had to cut my hair down because the principal didn't accept it. And I think after that, my hair never grew again.
And that's the thing, because I got a kid who goes to primary school. And ever so often, my child is reminded that he needs to cut his hair a little lower. It cannot be too high. Even though it's kept at a certain, neatness, it cannot be too high. Now, here are the rules as it relates to Anguilla. Okay? The new rule states braids, locks, twists, weaves, wigs, cornrows, and other extensions may be worn by girls, but if they pass shoulder length, must be tied up. Okay. All right? Got that? Locks, twists, afros, cornrows are permitted for boys. I repeat, locks, twists, afros, cornrows are permitted for boys. Okay? Spiky hairstyles are not, however, allowed. So there is an exception. So no tall pre-style hairstyles that distract or obstruct the normal view of others will not be permitted. How is that possible? I don't know. Students must always keep their hair clean. Yeah, I don't think that needed to be stated.
Let me mention
but anyway,
that
I
much.
suppose yeah. Hair color should be one solid color. Your natural hair color.
That I agree with. That I would agree with. You know.
So that's pretty much what it is as far as Anguilla is concerned. My question here: should Grenada follow suit? Let's hear what some of you viewers and listeners may say about this. And I'm sure my Facebook viewers have quite a bit to say too. So we're going to head on over to Facebook.
So you actually say, though, you'll be happy for schools here in Grenada to allow dreadlock. Someone may have a nice braided hairstyle. If that's, that should also be permitted. But your cornrows,
what's wrong with that?
You decide to have a little afro, but you keep it nicely groomed. That should be permitted. You understand? So that's interesting. That's interesting. Let's see what you viewers and listeners out there feel about that. We have a caller, Gary. Let's see what this caller has to say about that, if he wants to chime in on that. Good morning, caller. How are you?
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
How are you?
How's your weekend going?
Pretty good. How was yours?
Kite flight?
Well, I didn't fly kite. Gary, I don't know for Gary. So, you want to chime in on the question that we asked?
Yeah, come with the question. Come
with it, man.
You want to establish formalities first, man?
No, the Rasta hairstyle when he came into Grenada, the past time gone by, he had problem too. He had the same problem in school too, in Grenada,
Yeah?
Yeah, he had a big problem too. Was afterwards they work it out. But it's time to accept people as they are. It's time to accept people. But the school belongs to Catholic schools and Anglican school, and they're the principle against black people from day one,
All right.
Rasta hairstyle is be offending Grenada too. It's a real problem.
All right.
But it's time to accept people as they are. It's time. But the school belongs to the churches, and there's some principle. We stand from day one, from half,
Okay, we get that.
It's a problem, but it's time to accept people as they are, man. It's natural here. No false here and change your color here. Black people come in with green and yellow and red and pink. That style,
Right.
But natural here is nothing wrong in natural here. Your own here, you have nothing wrong in that.
All right, caller.
But it could belong to the foreign people.
All right.
And that's the principle we just stand for. But they had the same problem, rampant problem with Rastafari.
Thanks for your input this morning, man.
Bless you.
All right.
Hey, GT, Tanya on Facebook Live is saying that this is not a topic of discussion. For quite some time, schools have accepted our natural hairstyles. Our students have been wearing dreadlocks. Well, I stand corrected here.
Yeah.
But
that's why I asked you in the initial stages if it was a major issue, especially when it comes to the Rastafarian faith in Grenada. We have another caller. Good morning, caller.
Yes, good morning. I want to make a contribution now, and that is with the concerning the Caribbean Games. You spoke about Jamaica dominating those games. I want to say, I don't know, think any of you gentlemen who are even born yet. Jamaica has always been a threat, especially to the American athletes. In 1962, the Helsinki Games, Hob McKinley of Jamaica won the 100 meters, but he was robbed. There were two West Indians in that 100 meters. McDonald Bailey of Trinidad, and they gave it to some Remigino, some army officer, sorry. Never heard about this man. In that same Olympic Games, take note of that, Jamaica came back and won the 4x4 with Arthur Wint, Hob McKinley, George Roden, and Leslie Lang. And as a result of that, I'm saying this to say that, Jamaica has always been in the limelight. Thanks for giving me a hearing.
All right, man. Thanks a
lot, and thank you for that perspective and history there. Thank you very much.
So back on topic, Gary, pertaining to and you said someone alluded to the fact that in Grenada it's been accepted to a point.
I'm not convinced.
You're not convinced?
No, I'm not convinced.
Well, I would say because I
stand corrected.
Back then, I've been to school with individuals who
I'm not convinced.
I would say back then I've been to school with individuals who wore Rasta hairstyle, and I don't think it was an issue back then. You understand? Especially the Christian schools,
All right, I don't know about private schools, but if a child can be told your hair is too high, what does that tell you?
Well, the school most probably have a policy in terms of the height of your hair. You understand?
Okay.
I will agree with that. You know, probably they would say, hey, the height of your hair, you may have to.
It goes back to someone expressing his own ethnicity and blackness. I choose to grow my hair at a certain height. Once it's kept neat, what does the height have to do with anything?
Well, it goes back to policy, per se. The school may have a particular policy.
Yeah, but policy is policy. But if policy infringes on one's, cultural identity, or racial identity, or one's ability to express himself through his own ethnicity, then what is the purpose of that policy?
Well, you have a point which I understand, but I'm still saying that it goes back to the policy of the school. This is what we want. This is what the school requires of students coming. The hair be at a certain height. So, if you can't go with that, maybe you take your son out of that particular school. That's what I would say for that. You understand? So, I understand where you're coming from. If you someone decide you want to grow an afro, you want to maybe it's something that your family wants to grow the hair, keeping it natural in that afro. You don't want to cut it down. You should be permitted. You understand? Once it is in no way obstructing other of course, the other students or anyway, sometimes your style could be a distraction. The other student paying attention to your hair and stuff could be a distraction, which I understand. So once it's not causing a distraction, we have a caller. Good morning, caller.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
You came to Google a scripture verse. I don't remember exactly. Somewhere in Corinthians, it says, I think something like, if even nature itself teaches you that if a man have long hair on his head, is a shame unto him. I don't remember exactly if it's supposed to 2 Corinthians, but maybe you should Google it and read it and maybe share it.
So
Thank you.
All right, well, so she's saying that, we should Google that and find it out. Nature is of a saying if a man have long hair on his head, it's a shame to himself. Well, I've never heard about that, so I'm not sure. Yeah, look at you here, boy. You see,
shame on all the Rastafarians.
I don't have a problem. I don't grow hair. I've been doing it for more than 30 years. No hair.
Hey, the scripture speaks about women not standing in church and talking and staying quiet. Anyhow, Unit is under the Facebook Live. She's saying it's about time Grenada needs to get with the times. Stop with the colonialism mentality. It's 2022.
All right. Hey, Gary, we got another caller. Let's take another caller. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I just want to say that lady is right. I read it myself some time ago. But I am saying for us to have to discuss this, we don't have to. So it's already there in school.
I understand that.
It's there. I mean, I've seen it all the time.
In Grenada? In Grenada.
Yes.
What in particular is there?
Pardon me?
He's asking.
Is there you're referring to?
You said it's there. What in particular is there? Children allowed to go to school where they hear how they wish, how they feel, how it looks?
Yes, children go to school with their Rasta. I see boys with their Rasta here. With the only things that it covers.
I'm not questioning that. I am saying that unless you are part of a Rastafarian family, unless that is part of your belief and religion, although Rastafarians would say that's not a religion, but that's the only how one is allowed to sport a dreadlocks. If you are not a Rastafarian, that is a no-no.
All right.
No, but I see people who are not. As a matter of fact, I have a family member who just,
who just grows a lot.
Grows it, yes,
and goes to school.
And goes to school. Girls,
primary school, secondary school.
Is it tertiary or is it just of a regular school, regular primary, secondary?
It's just regular school.
Okay.
But to me, if I am running a school and I have my policy would be my policy.
That we understand.
All right.
Thanks for your contribution, my dear. All right.
Thank you.
I understand where she's coming from, but and I understand what she said. But I'm not sure if it would be accepted to say that if you not being a Rastafarian, as you alluding to, Gary, anybody who feel you want to grow a lock, you want to just braid your hair, go to school with it. Well, that's another topic there. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning. I just hear you all mention this word dread before locks. Mm-hmm. What does this word mean concerning locks, and where does it come from in this context? Thank you.
All right. He wants to know dread at locks. Well, what's your take on it, guy? I have my own perspective on it.
The topic of discussion. I'm just borrowing an expression that is oftentimes used to identify dreadlocks or Rastafarians or
most of them, that's locks. How they would describe.
Or just locks.
Just locks, dread locks. All right. So dread and locks.
You may have your own hiccups as far as the combination of words is concerned. All right, that is neither here or there. Dion on Facebook is saying this kind of policy is highly progressive. For too long, people of African descent have been shamed, belittled for our natural hair and hairstyles. Time to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery.
All right.
India Arie sang a beautiful song that we can't play because of copyright infringement, but she had I think it's India Arie. It's called I Am Not My Hair. What she's saying is that my hairstyle is not necessarily
defines who
what society stigmatize hairstyle to be. So because I have a locks and that certain sort of hairstyle is associated with a certain sort of stigma, that don't mean I am that. Okay? I am not my hair.
All right. Gary is straight up 8 o'clock in the studios here of K105 on 98 GBN TV. And we almost just about a minute or so left on the show this morning. Interesting topic. Wish we had more time to, shell out more about it. And then, and for those of you who participated, thank you so much. But it's time to go, man. Time to go for this.
Time to wrap it up. There are so many other comments under the Facebook Live that we aren't able to get to because of time. But we'll leave that there.
Yeah, well, interesting topic. I wish we could carry it into another show one of these mornings. Probably go more in depth with it. It's interesting to know that folks aren't able to do that in these day and time.
It's sad that today, in this day and age, there are so many people who view a long hairstyle as something to be shunned or something to be, to be.
And and we hear folks,
it's unfortunate.
And we hear folks talking about the biblical part of it also. You understand? So, man, it's something to ponder upon. Something to ponder upon. A lot. Hey, Gary, once again, thanks for being part of the show this morning. Those of you via our Facebook page or our YouTube page, of course, channel, I want to thank you. Those of you viewing via GBN TV, thanks for viewing and all part of Good Morning Grenada. We'll be back tomorrow morning again. We have another interesting topic to throw at you.
Definitely.
All right.
Most definitely.
So until, have yourself a good one. Coming up
have
next,
a blessed one. Catch me over on Hot 98, guys.
All right. Coming up next year on K105, we have for you BBC News, also BBC News on the GBN TV. Hey, thanks once again, folks. Until tomorrow. BBC News is next.